Hello and welcome to this yoga quickie focused on winding down. So I designed this sequence to integrate after any solid exercises, whether that be strengthening, mountain biking, skiing, playing a sport, just to give you some time to settle back into your body, using your breath as the compass to navigate inward. And we'll start on our knees or in a seat, whatever feels more comfortable for you. And close the eyes, let the palms face down. Draw the shoulders back over the hips, the ears over the shoulders, tuck the chin in. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out. Another clearing breath. And close the mouth, breathe in and out through the nose. The tongue rests on the top palate. The teeth separate and lips really subtly kiss. Invite the mind to be really present with your breath. It might be helpful to focus in on that space right underneath the nostrils. You can use this winding down to clear out anything left that's not serving. And one more breath. And inhale, sweep the hands forward, rise up into a tabletop. And tuck through your toes. Stack knees underneath the wrists, or underneath the hips, and wrists underneath the shoulders. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Find a suction cup with the hands, so middle of the palms, lift up. We inhale, drop the belly, lift through sit bones and chest. Exhale, curl through the spine. Bring gaze towards belly as you tuck the chin in. Finding cat-cow. Inhale, spread collarbones and sit bones away from one another. And exhale, curl. Last one. Let yourself be the guide, even as I offer suggestions. And come back to neutral. We'll turn our fingers to face towards our knees, our wrists face away. Inhale, open through the chest. Exhale, draw your seat back as far as needed to feel that stretch through the wrist flexors, through the front of the forearms. And inhale, come forward. And flow here. So this mat is a space for you to tune into the sensations of the body and for you to take reins of the mind as you guide yourself through the movement. So if at any point something feels uncomfortable, it feels like too much, just notice whether you're forcing yourself into it for sake of expectations of performance rather than for ease in the body. Trusting your own intuition. And holding a lot of compassion as you move. Inhale, come as far forward as you need to release the hands. And then we'll turn the back of the hands onto the mat. Fingers face towards one another. And elbows come wide. And then I like to take circles over the wrists. But you can always move back and forth or left and right. We stretch through the back of the forearms, the wrist extensors. And if you're circling, circle in the other direction. Once you feel even through the movement, lean yourself back to press down through the palms. Moving into a seat. Take the soles of the feet together, knees wide. You can walk the heels really far away from the seat. So coming into a butterfly position, but really wide, so creating a diamond shape. And then arms draw out alongside you. So you exhale, sweep the left arm underneath the right. Plant the hands onto the shoulders. Exhale, tuck the chin in around through the spine and lean the shoulders towards the left, finding a circle. Draw the elbows in towards the belly button and lean to the right. And inhale to rise. And exhale, we circle down. Inhale up. Exhale, last circle. Inhale, rise up to center. Start to sweep the arms overhead and press the back of the hands together. Squeeze the biceps alongside the ears. Keep pressing the arms and the shoulders back. Hug the low ribs down. Feel the stretch. Press the fingertips away from the seat. Then exhale, bend through the right elbow. We'll bend through both elbows. Take the right hand to the middle of the back or the neck. And then left hand presses the elbow really gently. And then send both elbows back. Feel an opening through the chest. And know that if at any point butterfly feels like too much, you can always sit cross-legged or come back onto your knees. And steady through the breath. Keep lifting through the back of the head. Find that humble tuck of the chin. And feel through the discomfort. Try not to let your mind take you out, but instead use the sensations of the body to guide you. And we'll inhale, sweep the hands wide. Exhale, right arm comes underneath the left. Clasp onto the shoulders, draw the chin in around through the spine. Let the shoulders lean towards the right this time as we circle down, exhaling in towards the belly button with the elbows and over to the left. Inhale to rise. Exhale to drop in. Let the head be really heavy, moving with the cycle. Inhale, restacking through the spine. Sweep the arms overhead, bring back up, hands together. Inhale, find the stretch. Exhale, take left hand to back of neck or between the shoulder blades. Right hand softly presses down on the elbows. You send both elbows back and away. Notice if you're tensing through the forehead, through the cheeks or the jaw, can you let that go? Keep lifting up through the top of the head. Lots of length between the hip bones and the ribs. Inhale, stretch the arms really wide. Draw them down behind the knees. Guide the knees up to center. Plant the hands onto the shins and exhale around. Inhale, Hands come towards the knees, open through the chest. And exhale, curl. Knees come together, press away. One more. And then plant the feet onto the floor. Lower yourself all the way down onto your back. Take left ankle onto the right knee. Left hand can come onto the left thigh. Press the knee away. Option 1, stay here. Option 2, thread through the left leg to clasp onto the shin or onto the hamstring, finding a figure 4. Send your weight a little bit more into the right seat. Draw left toes in towards the knees. Press the left knee away. It feel good to circle through the right ankle. Let the shoulders settle and onto the floor as well as the back of your head. Then release the hands. Let the right sole of the foot drop down to the floor. Hands come wide. Walk your foot over to the left. Walk your hips to the left. And then draw the left sole of the foot down to the floor. Keep the left knee stacking over top of left heel. Use your right hand to press the left thigh away. Keep grounding through the left big toe mound. Stay rooted through the left shoulder. Maintain lots of space between the ears and the shoulders. And we release the right hand down. Press up through the right foot. Then walk the right foot all the way over to the right and drop both knees out to the left. The left ankle can stay clasped on top of the right knee, or it can release if it feels like too much. Press down through right foot. Come back to center. Draw the left thigh over the right thigh. Option 1, right sole of foot stays grounded. Or option 2, hug the knees in towards the chest. Really squeeze the inner thighs towards one another. Maybe you send the ankles out towards opposite hips. And drop the right sole of the foot back down to the floor. Straighten through the right leg. Draw the left knee all the way over into a twist. Sneak the hips over to the left so that left hip stacks directly over top of the right. And left arm can come really wide. Right hand can settle onto the knee just to help draw it downward. Focus more on settling that left shoulder to the ground than the right knee. So if the right knee rises, that's okay. If it feels like a lot, you can always bend the right knee, come into a double stack. Find a comfortable gaze, whether it's looking over the left shoulder, the right shoulder, or center. Breathe through the side body as you wring out. Let your body cleanse through your breath. Then, if your right knee is bent, let it come long. Draw the right foot all the way over to the right edge of your mat. Take your right hand underneath your head, and then release your left hand forward onto the floor. Bend through the left knee and take your left hand to clasp onto the ankle. Keep pressing the knees towards one another. Send the hips forward. Feel the stretch through the front of the left hip. If this feels like too much, you can always release the clasp. You'll likely feel an opening through the front of the left pec, the chest. See if you can send the left shoulder blade closer towards midline. Inhale, finding lots of length. Exhale, release the left sole of foot to the floor. As you roll up into center, take your right ankle over the left. Right hand presses into the thigh. We'll find that same sequence on this side. If it's comfortable, invite the eyes to close to really bring yourself in. Maybe you clasp onto the hamstrings or the shins. Point those right toes towards the knee. Lean your weight a little more into the left so that you're not dumping over to the right. Try to do the work through the hips rather than through the shoulders. Engage that core. And unclasp the hands. The left foot comes down. Hands release down alongside you. Walk the left foot over to the left or right and sneak the hips to the right. And guide the right sole of foot down to the floor. Finding a figure four twist. We press our left palm in towards the right thigh. Sending that flesh away. The right knee points up to sky as you press down through big right toe mound. Stay open through the heart center. Soft through the throat. And release the left hand. Press up through the left foot. Walk the left foot all the way over to the left. Center through the hips and then draw both knees to the right, finding that windshield wiper opening. Remembering you can unclasp that right ankle if it feels like too much. Otherwise, let that compression draw the left thigh down. Press down through the left foot. Back at neutral. Sweep the right thigh over the left thigh. Option 1, left sole of foot stays to the floor. Option 2, use your core to send the thighs in towards the chest and clasp onto either knee. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Send the base of the spine, the sacrum, away from the top of the head. Try to keep the low ribs and the chin tucking down. Maybe the heels come towards opposite hips. Left sole of foot returns to floor. Lengthen out through the left foot as you sneak the hips to the right and drop the right knee out to the left. Right arm comes wide, palm faces up, maybe gaze turns to the right. Some can also stay at center or turn out to the left. You can stack that left knee underneath the right. If it feels like you have a lot of space, you need more support underneath that right knee. Try not to be forceful with the left hand. Holding compassion for yourself. Allowing stillness to ease you in rather than that sense of force, that sense of pressure. Lengthen through left leg if it's bent. Take the left foot all the way over to the left side of your mat. Bend into the left elbow. Take your left hand underneath the head and draw your right arm all the way across and in front of the chest so that you can stabilize as you bend through the right knee, and maybe you clasp onto the ankle. Squeeze the thighs towards one another as you send the hips forward and to the left side of your mat. And imagine as though you're creating a straight line from the left knee to the left hip to the left shoulder to the top of the head. Release the clasp of the ankle. And straighten the leg all the way down to the floor. Lie onto your back, finding Shavasana, your final resting pose. Let go of any need to enact, you need to control. It's really important to strengthen our body, to work through endurance, cardio, build up those systems. But equally important is to know how to release, how to nourish yourself through rest. Not worrying about what is coming, what has been. Being really present in this moment so that we have that capacity to shift. We don't latch on to who our labels tell us we are. Stay here for as long as you need to. When you ease out, do so with intention. Reintroducing movements really slowly through the body. And I'll leave you here in this stillness with your breath. Take an inhale together, thanking yourself for winding down. And then exhale, setting an intention to use the slowness, use the pauses to be more present off of your mat. As important as it is to do, it's equally as important to be. That we can show up more presently for ourselves and for others. And thank you so much for sharing in your practice with me. These videos are made through love and hard work. Your contributions allow me to keep sharing new content with you. If you're able to give back financially, please click the Make a Donation button on the homepage of this channel. You're also welcome to subscribe to stay up to date on the latest video offerings. Thank you so much for sharing your time with me, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Don't be Kona!